Yes, today is your birthday, Malcolm. What's up? Happy birthday.
Sick. Selfish.
Welcome to Babe Talk, everybody that is tuning in. Welcome to the show. Hello. Hey, how's it going? This is Malcolm. Malcolm's joining me for tonight. Malcolm of Family Thief.
Yes, that's me.
Yes,
But-
hi, yeah, you're on the show tonight.
yes, I have family. Malcolm Williams. That is me.
That is it, you. How's it going? Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Malcolm here has an amazing acoustic solo project that I've been listening to for a while. We've been trying to get you on the show. Well, not trying to get you on the show, but I'm pretty sure we booked you to come on the show over in February, I believe, right?
Wow, really? It's been that
Yeah,
long?
it's been since February
I'm
because Because it's weird. I'm 99% sure we were looking through different artists of color, different black artists, to have a Babe Talk showcase, but didn't really kind of pan out. But we did find a lot of black artists to come on podcast, which we had other people come on, and now we have you. So I mean, like, hey, black
well,
people stand up.
I'm honestly, I'm honored. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being so patient. First off,
Oh yeah. Well, we had it scheduled. It wasn't like we've been hounding since February. Don't worry. You're welcome.
okay, we're both in that same boat then.
Exactly, yeah. Excuse me. I should realize when people like thank you, I should just say like you're welcome and just like leave it alone. I keep like trying to make up excuses for everything else. Just like, oh well blah, 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 blah. And then it like eventually turns to like a oh cool to a dude, it's alright, I know you're sorry, like it turns into a giant mess. But yeah, so we'll talk about your music. You have some awesome things in the works as far as I know. You have a music video out for one of your songs. You have a EP that's on your Bandcamp right now, and a full library full of music on your SoundCloud. And we'll be sure to get into that. But before we jump into anything, I do have to give an awesome shout out to our people over at Terminus Tees. Terminus Tees is a website in which you can go over and get some cool stuff done for your merch. They have a lot of awesome people that are talented as far as art goes. And they know math that will be crunched, and they will make sure that you save as much money as possible when it comes to payment and stuff. So that's awesome. So go ahead, go to terminustees.com. Go get your best tees ever. Go get some awesome designs done, and go get your money crunched by some awesome account managers, because that's what they do. They do art and money.
Money and
Art and
art.
money is fun. Money and art. You can't go wrong with those
Yeah,
two things.
that make the world go round. Art and money. They go hand
It
in hand.
really does, though. When you think about it, like those are the two constants that's always like being exchanged, either art or money.
Yep, they're that and death and sex.
Death, sex, art, and money. Go to terminustees.com. Pick up your orders today. If they don't put that on a T-shirt, I'm going to be pissed. I'll let you know that right now.
That's marketing right there.
That's great marketing. We have a new campaign for them. It's going to put them on the map too, because people are going to say like, sex, death, what?
It sounds
Money and art, what?
it sounds provocative. You know, you put sex in anything it sells.
That is very true. And then once you throw death in there, you'll get like the metalcore kind of kid. So it would be like a
Yep.
cross between like the Evanescence or like the what is it? I'm thinking who was that one
Sounds
band
really
with
weak at that point.
wait, one more time?
Something like a necrophilia type thing for a second. Death, sex, and love and money and hashtags and
I'm
backgrounds.
I'm 99% sure that's either like a Falling in Reverse song or like I started with Evanescence, but Evanescence is more just like death and love. But then like if you throw like or no, you know what? It's Insane Clown Posse.
Wow. We went juggalo then. We
We're
went
we're
there.
now we've gone there. Sex, art, money, and death.
And juggalos.
ICP and Juggalos. So now Terminus Tees needs to do a whole new stuff with aw. I'm very sorry that was a very weird aw. My mother had just corrected my grammar and spelling. So, mother, if you're watching this, I apologize for talking about sex, death, and art and money, and also
Yeah,
failing you as an English teacher. Mom was always looking out.
mom.
Awkward indeed. But anyway, we're gonna stop talking about me and about weird art and sex and stuff, and we're gonna talk about Malcolm a little bit. So, we start off the show by asking our guests how their past few days were, past few weeks, past few months were, and let me know, how's everything been going for you on a personal level, sir?
I live in San Diego, so I can't complain, man. This is literally the paradise of California. It's insane. I've been here 3 years now, and every day I'm like, how did I get here? How was I blessed with the surroundings, you know? So
True.
last 2 days has been awesome. I've been planning some shows up north, trying to get some demos done. Just grinding, really, just writing and planning for the most part. Trying to get the
Scheming.
record out. Yeah, a lot of scheming, a lot of late nights and early mornings, you know?
Oh well, there you go. There you go. I mean, like that's. I'm pretty sure that's what the great Benjamin Franklin said. Early to bed, early to. Oh wait, no, that's early to bed. Wow. Nope.
Yeah. I
He.
totally screwed that up, you know? But I've been me and Joseph from Forever Came Calling actually started like a health kick last Monday. So I've been eating healthy and like working out. Which, if anyone knows me, I hate eating healthy. I love donuts. I love cookies and snacks and chips. All the stuff you shouldn't be eating. I love that stuff. So it's been kind of hard the last couple of days. I've been like weaning myself off of snacks and junk
Mm,
food. But I feel good. I feel energetic, you know, and like so I can fight wolves and like Leonardo
fight
DiCaprio.
wolves.
Yeah, was that Liam
That's
Neeson?
intense.
But I
And
feel
Liam
good.
Neeson. Wow, you were naming some like pretty powerful people. Like after 2 days off a healthy diet, that's pretty rough.
I mean, if you know me, I eat really bad. It's cheeseburgers and craft beer a lot, and like I'm eating like late at night sometimes, and like I'll be getting up early. Like, so if you know me, me putting a me what 3 days with me not eating crappy, it's like
Hmm.
taking like 3 years onto my life.
Well, hey, I mean, at least you're now like having your life extended.
Yeah,
That's
right.
pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
good. I don't know
Now
how I
you
do it,
have
but I'm gonna keep trying to be healthy. I'm gonna try
good.
to 30 days because I'm in a bet with this guy, so I have to make sure I do 30 days. I might fall off the wagon.
Well, you know what? What matters is that you're trying and you're trying your best. We're all human, so I believe in you, Malcolm.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Someone's got my back, you know. Someone believes in me.
I absolutely got your back out here. Do not you worry one bit. So, I mean, like, I would imagine that it would be a little hard because you do have amazing burger places out there. Like, I've heard of the infamous In-N-Out Burger, and I'm on the East Coast, so I do have to apologize for yet another person that's been to California once talking about In-N-Out Burger. But I've
Uh,
yet to have it. Now, like, does it live up to that hype that
you
I've
know,
heard literally almost world round?
uh, so I live like 10 minutes from one, and I pretty much go like at least once a week. That's how good it is. It's everything you think it is times 10. I mean, there's plenty of places around it. It's good too. Like I love eating, so I love Hodad's. I love like Crazy Burger. I love all kind of wild stuff. But it's always like it's solid every time. It's consistent, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least that's good. You did make mention that you also like to indulge in some craft beers. What are some of your favorites?
As of now, man, I work for Ballast Point, so I'm always like gonna fall back to those guys because kind of the guys that got me started in the whole thing. But I've been
True, true,
drinking
true.
stuff from Colorado. Not Colorado, but Colorado, Cricket State, other sours. I really enjoy Poorhouse and like just kind of stuff that are local for the most part.
Hmm.
Um, just kind of discovering things I haven't met before, like just kind of things that are like off the beaten path.
Well, that's fun because I honestly didn't know that there was a huge community for craft beers until recently. I covered and did a lot of promotional work for the Atlantic City Beer and Music Festival, and it was just a bunch of like it was down in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Real Big Fish played Dashboard Confessional, and wow, it's a good thing they don't watch my show because I'm forgetting on their names. Dashboard, Real Big Fish, and wow, damn, I'll think of it later. Thank God I didn't watch the show. And yeah,
There's
there's
still two
like
big names with them.
so many different breweries were there, and a lot of people like showed up and like not just for the music, but for just a lot of the beer. And like I like some of the people that I talked to, like in their drunken state, they were like, "Oh yeah, like it's not that it's just a bunch of beer because it's like decently priced to get over there, but like it's also." All the different beers that's over there. Like if you wanted to go over to like a beer festival, just drink a bunch of shitty beer, then like you just go out drinking or you go out to a club.
Well, the difference between that, it's like it's art. It's someone's putting like their heart and soul into a glass. So it makes
Hmm.
perfect sense why music and craft beer goes hand in hand because essentially it's two arts meeting in the middle of the ground right there.
True, yeah, because like one's a
It's
palate
like, all right, why
pleaser
once you
and one's like a hearing one. Yeah,
exactly, it's all creativity. So like, if you can like appreciate art and that sense, it makes perfect sense. Like, I mean,
that
I
actually
did
makes it.
not
Yeah.
know how extensive like craft beer was until I actually got the job at Ballast Point, and I see these guys in the back like just racking their brains about how to like make something that's standing out on their own. It's insane to me. It's just like music. It's just like any art you would see, like painting or chef. It's all the same thing. You create from your heart, you put something from your head, and you put it out to the physical world, and that's amazing. It's insane.
Now, have you because this is a question I had helped the organizers of this set event go over to the different breweries that are around in different areas, and I've seen like several different breweries. I've seen one that was housed inside of like a an old warehouse, and I've seen one that's literally in the size of a storage unit, and they have like a very small storefront that they operate from. And it's not even like a storefront; they just have like quick tours. Like they just peer inside the little like storage unit and say like, well, that's a brewery, and they make like the most amazing beer. Like it's been like award winning for a while, and I think it's even more incredible that like they're competing against people that have been like well established into like a huge marketable thing, and they're
Yeah.
just like in a hole in the wall. Now, what kind of brewery is Downs Point?
For a second. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, what'd you say?
Yeah, so that Downs Point. How big is their brewery? Like how much beer do they produce on a daily basis? Do they do
Oh
tours or
gosh,
anything along the lines of that?
this company started 20 years ago, and like the reason why I fell in love with it was because it reminded me of my friends growing up and like playing music and like, well, I can't find a show or I can't find a place to put my music out. I'll do it myself. This guy, Jack White, not from the band, but the brewery guy, he came back from college in LA, brewing beer with his buddy. Came home looking for a place to like brew beer and keep doing that, but couldn't find a place. So he opened his own shop. We own like I call like a brew mart where you pick up like malts and hops and stuff. You were like you do the brew your own beer, and that snowballed to this giant company that's like everyone's in love with now. And like for me, it's the same notion for like any punk band or anyone who's doing music or who has a passion for anything. It's like it's scary to go out your own, but if you do something you love, you can turn it into something that everyone will love. So it's like that whole thing. If you find something you love, you never work a day in your life, and that's why I love that company so much. Because like I've had many jobs over the years, like while I was touring. And this is the first job where like they have nurtured my music, they've nurtured me, they've nurtured me as a person. So like
Oh,
it's
that's
kind of
awesome.
insane. So it's like San Diego. That's why I say it's like a home to me now because like this community of people who are passionate about something as well. It's cool. It's really cool. And
That
it's
is
like
very cool.
it opened my eyes into just art in itself. Like you can find art in anything, like how you treat people is an art. It's everything's like it's very relative.
Very, very much so. And you just put it in a very beautiful manner. I've heard maybe two people talk about craft beer as elegantly as you have. So so that
But
is very cool. And it's very cool as well that they like you say they kind of like nurture your interest in music as well.
it's wow, it's a family there. 600 people working now, but it's like 600 people who like you feel like you're a family. Like you're all together in this one.
Mm,
But
that's
that's the reason why I'm still in San Diego. That's why I'm still able to put music out because like now I can afford to like get studio time. Now I can afford to do certain things. It's like when I came to San Diego, I was living with a buddy of mine at this giant house with like 5 dudes in this back room, and my first year was struggling to try to like get shows or even try to like get even care about what I'm doing. And then
mm,
when I got a job at Bell's Point, I had more money in my pocket, and I found this whole like industry of people who are into like music and beer and like movies and art, and it was all type of thing. But it's this brewery, it was insane. Like everyone's like connected together, and like I've gotten shows because I bring a 6 pack of Sculpin in sometimes. Like hey man, like I work at Bell's Point. How you the show? Oh, sick man, you work for Bell's Point? Yeah, most definitely. And it's like it's kind of cool how the doors are open up for the opportunities I've gotten there.
I don't know what that's just beautiful. That's just fantastic. People coming together over beer and music. Can't get any more like in it than that.
Yeah, they
That
coexist really well.
they very well do. And I guess like that's kind of like a long tradition of when you go out to a bar, you always got the jukebox right there, or like alcohol music in general, just in general. The pairing just is always it's a story about as long as time, old as time, old and long.
Long and old,
Anyway,
both relative things.
both relative things. Somewhere, I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna start asking you some questions, and maybe you can start talking and start sounding far more articulate than I can and will. So we'll do that. We're gonna get into your music. We're gonna get into your history, your past, your present and future. But for starters, if we can kind of explain what Family Thief is for those that are listening.
Say again? I
If
keep
we
running.
can. Oh, sorry, my internet's being weird. Gotta love online television. If we can explain for the people that are listening at home, what exactly Family Thief is.
Okay, well, Family Thief is a project I created. God, man, like 6 years ago, just as a hobby. I was always writing poetry and like trying to express myself in a different way, and started playing open mics and stuff like that. And I just found this. It was almost like a drug, almost. And I wasn't Family Thief at the time; it was just Malcolm Williams. And I had a buddy named Joseph, or Fred Kim calling his band, and they were going on tour like 2011 with Handguns, a band from the East Coast as well. And
Yeah.
he goes, "Hey man, we're going on tour. Would you want to be our like I can't. I got a job. I got to pay for stuff." And he asked me this really deep question. He's like, "Well, do you like your job? Do you like what you do there? Do you even care about that job?" And I couldn't give him a straight answer. So I contemplated that whole process, like quitting my job for a week. And I finally decided to quit my job, record a really crappy demo, and put all my money into merch. So like shirts and like demos and stickers. And for like
Wow.
3 months, I sat in the back of a van with like 4 other dudes, and I would hop out and I would put the merch up for everyone, and I would watch these guys play, and then I would play out in the parking lot, or I would play like before they set up. But like for 3 months, I was like guerrilla warfare, and I got back home and I felt alive. I was really dirty and like broke, but I felt so. The next 3 years after that, I just kept getting getting jobs, working for 6 months, and like hitting the road for 4 months, and then coming back and like just balancing that for like 3 years, and it just became a thing. And my family's really small, so like when I go to shows, I go early and I meet everyone there, the sound guy to the guy who set it up, to anyone who comes in the door beforehand. So when I play a show, I'm playing a show for not just these nameless people, but like my new family. So I'm stealing you from your home for a little bit, and you're becoming my family for 15, 20 minutes. And that's what family thief comes from. Like me, like extending this extended family, as much as I can. And I don't know. I mean, it's like a drug. I mean, I've been trying to like stop and get a real job or like focus on something else, but I always keep falling back in love in the music. So like, there's always gonna be a part of me. I may never be like a huge name or anything like that, but I'll always be playing music somewhere on
Hmm.
some scale.
I so far, even from the initial music that was sent over to me from yourself, everything you say, sing, and produce, I think I'm just literally falling farther in love with it. Like even like when you're with your initial like interest in music, sticking to the music, and just let's just like quickly revisit what you just said. Your friends and Forever Kicking, calling and handguns.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll rewind it for a second. You totally just said that, like, your first tour was, handguns and Forever King Calling told you just to, give up your shit and just be like, listen, go on tour with us. That's insane. Like, from,
Well,
what was
the
it,
best
even back
time to get
into,
back to that, I actually grew up with Joseph in Frederick Calling. Like,
hmm,
I met Joe when I was in like elementary school, so I've known that guy my entire life. So like, when he told me, "Hey man, I'm going on a tour," and I had just broke up with my band like 6 months prior, so I hadn't been playing music. I was kind of depressed, and I was like, I had no outlet to like express myself. So like, I had been jamming like these really awful songs in my mics and stuff. And Joe goes, "Why don't you just like record 3 of those songs and come on tour?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, man. It seems kind of scary, dude. I got all these bills to pay for." And he's all like, "Well, what's the worst case scenario? You quit your job and you lose the car you don't care about. What's the worst case scenario?" Like I said, I couldn't see anything else besides just doing it. Why not? I would rather be doing this now than like 45 in my deathbed going, "Whoa, wish I'd done that."
hmm.
I hope I don't die at 45, but
I was gonna say that's very young, but on a deathbed at that too, like.
I eat a lot of hamburgers, man. A lot of hamburgers. I'm down.
That's a hell of a lot of hamburgers to be on a deathbed.
It will be the death of me. Internet will be the death of me.
Oh man,
That's
that's
the
too
next record
funny.
right there.
But so you had these people encouraging you to get back on the road or to even get on the road to put out your music. Not a lot of people will make that initial jump. Like not to go too far into it, but like how was that week of like battling back and forth between yourself? Like you love music, but that's not an easy lifestyle to maintain for a lot of people, especially when they're used to normality and like financial stability, you know?
Oh, for sure. When I decided to quit my job, my mom was all for it. She was like, "Baby, I love you. Go find something that makes you happy." But my brother was like, "You're an idiot. That's dumb. You need to keep your job. What are you gonna do when you get back?" And all I can think was like, I'm unhappy. Like I can't see myself just doing the same thing over and over. And I mean, it might be cool for other people, but like I just felt I was missing out on something. I just felt like I didn't feel fulfilled. And that's something
Hmm.
that I don't know. Some people don't understand. You can tell them all day long, like, "Hey, there's more outside your window," but like unless they really step out and see that and want that, it's not meant for them. It's not meant for everybody. Some guys are gonna enjoy going to an office job and doing that. Some guys are gonna enjoy, like being a farmer or whatever it may be. Like I mean, you find a passion, you follow it. So like, the only way I see it is like, why not follow it? You know, like I might fail. The thing is, like, the journey to that failure is gonna be awesome, though. And that's life. It's a roller coaster sometimes. You know, you're up and you're down.
Yeah. And you can at least say you rode the ride.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
I
That's
don't want to
really
be
cool.
45 thinking back, man, wish I'd done that on my
Still
day.
45. Just not shaking. You got this image like down pat. But so now let's get back a little bit further back. Not more of a rewind, but more of just like a now a peering into your past.
Okay.
Where did your initial interest in music come from? That had sparked that had allowed you to play instruments.
This is gonna be really funny, but so I'm from Nashville originally, and it's like the home, you
Mm.
know, country music.
Yep.
So like I grew up on like gospel music from my mom and like really weird like pop radio stations and stuff like that.
Mm.
But what really kind of resonated in my head was my brother gave me an Usher like cassette tape, and
Usher cassette. God damn.
I know it was a cassette tape, and it was like one of his first records, man. And like I remember hearing like the songs, like damn, this is really catchy. And like I'm being young and not really knowing like what music is or really wow, like really to break it down.
Mhm.
But hearing like those melodies, like oh, that's really cool. And I found myself like in my room like making dance moves and shit, and like that kind
Just
of
doing like Darren's dance group like back in the 90s.
like my room like just busting a move. And ever since then, like I had to like I loved to sing. I wanted to like I'd be at home like writing really weird melodies, you know.
Hmm.
I
Wow.
still carry a journal where I just kind of write like just simple melody like words and I'll make them to melodies and like I've always kind of been into that. And then like when I first started playing like in bands like in junior high, high school, um, that's where like it kind of like I found myself, you know, like I found my niche, you know, like the first show I ever played. I remember being I was in a bar in a city connecting to the town we we're in,
Hmm.
a really crappy town, really small, and like I remember counting the people in the room, and I remember the music starting, me kind of like blacking out, and then like coming to after the show was done. So not like I was there but wasn't there. Like for 15, 20
Hmm.
minutes, I just like I kind of shedded this skin and I was like something else. And I've been chasing that feeling ever since. Like when I play a really good show, and I know I played a good show, it's like I'm sweaty and like there's a moment where nothing else matters but the words that come out of my mouth. And
Hmm.
like I just love that feeling. And it's like ever since then I've just been chasing it. Just been chasing that next high, that next show where like I play for a bigger audience or like I play a new song or I do some things I don't do before. Like I don't know, it's weird to explain. It's hard to explain, but like I've been chasing that feeling ever since. And it all started from an Usher cassette tape, you know. Those melodies were fire, man.
No, they were. I remember. Yeah, there was the
Oh, and like
it-
that's like where I kind of like get like some of my pop aspects from, you know.
true, because that was like the early like R&B, like with the Usher, the Brian McKnight, the Boys
Babyface.
to Men, like all of those bands. They had a very huge I wouldn't exactly say pop reference, but I mean like they're very like radio candy kind of
Exactly. Yeah.
aspect. Yeah.
And like I won't
So.
my what I'm trying to do now is trying to like find that still like substance to be peeled back there. That's another reason why I love
Hmm.
music as well. Like it's an onion, you know, when you hear a record for the first time and it's done right, for me, it's a story. I have to peel back that onion and get to the next level, the next level. And as I listen to the record more and more, and as I grow with that record, I start appreciating those songs a lot more. And I want to write a record in that sense where like someone grows with it, you know, like they may not be everything you feel at the time, but you like it. But like maybe you come back a year later and goes, man, that song is dope. I've gone through that before, and that makes sense to me now. Like, so when you fall in love for the first time, all the love songs you heard as a kid or growing up make perfect sense.
Yeah. And speaking of like lyrical content and like peeling back the the layers to music, one of the first songs that I remember listening to of yours was Jack and Coke. And like this, and I've been posting. I don't know if you've been seeing the posts that I've been throwing up on social media. That was like a really touching song, and like I'm in like a happy relationship for like the past for a long while, and I still listen to the song, and I was just like, fuck, like this is like really really good, and then I watched King of the Floor. Watched the video for that. I'm just like, shit. You would think that like I was going through some shit. Like I've. It's been a long time since I was actually able to like be touched like that, and like 6'2" nigga, like like should never be tearing up at any songs.
Yeah.
And I'm a punk, like, and you got me sobbing over here, like, but like that's no bullshit. Like I listen to it, and it's probably some of the most well written, emotionally driven music that I've heard in a long time, and I cover emo, like Scrams emo and stuff along the lines of that, and it's
Way
still
back.
beating that up. Yeah, like some of the stuff that will like put kids in. Anyway, but so we had these lyrics, we have these elements that go into your music. We have the layers. What goes into your music,
I'm sorry,
especially
second.
for
You broke
what
out.
what what goes into your music when you go and you sit down and you start writing?
Well, for the most part, it's like it's a mixture of things. So like Jack and Coke, that's a mixture of things. It's not one particular thing I'm talking about. It's like a broad scale. I like to write in parts. So I'll do one verse about one thing, and I'll leave that alone and go someone else is very similar to that same thing, but keep it together. So Jack and Coke essentially is about me like hating the situation I'm in right now, where I'm like working because at the time I was working a job where like I didn't feel fulfilled. I was just digging holes all day long. That was my job. I'd get up at 4 in the morning. I would dig holes at 4 in the afternoon,
Hmm.
and I just felt like I wasn't. And then I'm coming home and like my mom's got lupus and she's sick, and like
Hmm.
I feel like there's nothing I can do for her. And I just got this really bad relationship too as well. So like I just feel like I need to escape, like if and I remember the song came to me driving back. So I used to work for this military range, and I would drive out in the middle of the desert, and I would dig holes, and I would plant targets for the Marines to shoot at. And I would watch them shoot these targets all day long. And once they were done, I'd pack everything up and go home. So it's like 14-hour days sometimes. And I would drive back in my car, and then melody kind of hit me. It was no music, just a melody. And
Okay.
I'm driving back, and this melody came to me, and I just kept singing it and over and over and over. And I keep building on the melody. And then before I knew it, I sat down, and I had Jack and Cook's my first song I ever written. I literally had no idea how to play guitar. I knew enough to like fake it, so I knew enough to get me through. So all those chords are
Wow.
all very simple chords. Uh, my newer stuff versus the stuff I first wrote, it's like all right, this guy may be simple in the head a little bit because like I wasn't really a good guitar player at the time. I'm still growing, but like that melody came in my head and it just kind of like took his life of its own. And like I feel like that's how most of my songs come. Like it just the spark, and then melody kind of comes catchy, and I kind of like bounce over that, and I just keep rolling that melody over and over and over. And essentially, like my writing process is like I'll start for the verse, and I'll play that verse, and I'll leave that song alone for like a couple of days. If I come back to it and I still remember those lines, those melodies,
Hmm.
that was going to be there. And I keep adding on to it, and I make sure that story is cohesive throughout the entire song. It's a weird process. It's a weird process, but like My mom's a huge influence on me. A huge influence on me.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
she's used to be an ordained minister, so like it's a lot of like undertone biblical things there going on, and then like
That's cool though.
and then also it's like me fighting like my real world and me like fighting my passion for music and like and every song is a bit of my mom in something, especially that first record.
Wow, that's really awesome. So, so now we have your All right, so let's go back a little bit. I guess well, this is an interview about your past, so everything's gonna technically be going back, and I'm gonna stop saying let's go back, let's go back,
Right, go back.
let's go back, way way back. So you're so you put out the demo. The demo slipped my mind, but it did have the songs that feature like what was it, the Airport, 35 92, Jack and Coke, and then you are now putting out videos, and you're now putting out like the demos, like you said, and even like the newer stuff that can be found at your SoundCloud, like My Private Hell and King of the Floor. Despite being like two completely different, I don't want to say completely different styles because like they're still around the same vibe and tone that you've put out, but the quality is definitely like upped as far
Oh,
as your production is gone, and I'm sure that you know what I mean that well when I say it. Where did you see yourself during that in between phase of having a demo and then saying maybe I should put out some new stuff? Like, did you see kids like start to have like a positive correlation to your music? Did you just have more of a want to put out new music?
honestly, I'm really blessed because the time where from 2011 to 2013, I've been given opportunities that most people at my stature wouldn't have gotten. Like I said, I was friends with FCC, and they had just dropped that Contender record. So a lot of the shows I was playing were like bigger shows that I was kind of opening up for. And then I had the chance to actually go and tour those guys 2013 for Warped Tour, and I was just a merch guy. But
Oh.
Jake Round from Pure Noise was at one of the dates, and he kind of stopped me. He goes, "Man, when are you getting out of this?" And I'm like, uh, with them, you know. So like, I had the opportunity to come out here and like sell CDs in the sun. Why not do it, you know? Like, so he's like, "All right, well, send me a demo," you know. And I just finished recording with Scott Goodrich, Newtone Studios in Pittsburgh, California, and I just happened to finish recording those songs like Well Dressed Man, Airport, and Jack and Coke. I redid those songs, and I emailed him over to him while we are on the Vans Warped Tour. He goes, "Hey man, how would you feel like doing a split in the fall with us, you and FCC?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, wherever, please." No, so
Now,
like,
right now.
yeah. So I mean, I've been blessed with the fact that I had that opportunity. So it was like, it made like I'm not a household name, but like there's people who knew me who wouldn't know me. You know, like,
Hmm.
and I had just a few tours, but they weren't like huge. There's me like in a car in a Mazda 3 driving from Oklahoma and back to like the desert, then like from there to like Washington and back. But these shows are like bars and house shows and like roads. They weren't like really big shows. So like for me to like get a split on a label that's growing that big with a band that's growing that big, it's like, and that's a gift from God right there. So like I took that and ran with it. So when I came to San Diego, I hit Scott Goodrich up again. I'm like, "Hey man, I have these songs. I really want to record this record." He goes, "All right, man, well, let's make it happen." I flew up. I was there for like a week, and this guy Scott, so he's amazing. Like that's why the quality is so good. His studio is amazing. It's called Newtone
Hmm.
Studios, and I believe it used to be owned by Billy from Green Day, but it was just some like it's off the beaten path and it's like warehouse basically. And I spent a week in there just jamming with this dude, and I got King of the Floor out of it, and I just was hoping to like fulfill that need, that passion, you know, that hunger. Like I want to. It's like it's kind of the coolest feeling when you put new music out and like right now, like you told me you love those songs. That's like, man, like I wrote that song in my bedroom thinking no one will ever hear it. And then have you could say like, man, that song's amazing. It's like, I'm almost in tears myself, like, damn, awesome. You know, like
Yeah.
it makes me feel good, you know? And it proves that like the people who said I couldn't do it, it's like, well, you told me I shouldn't have quit my job. Well, here I am like doing things that you said I couldn't do. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's without being negative, it's a good thing, you know? It's therapy for me. It really is. I need an outlet somehow, so this has been my outlet. Like, for like I said, for I write poetry, but like this is like it's a living, breathing thing, and I can see people's faces and like interact with people. And I'm making friends, and like I don't know, it gets me out of my shell because normally I'm a really shy person, very quiet, but like when I'm on stage or when I'm like in my element, I'm like, all right, I'm here, you know, like I'm home. So it's a weird feeling, but like I said, that's what's kind of like what makes me want to do it, put out more music. Like I'm in the same process I was last year. I'm like I got like a bunch of songs I'm sitting on, and I'm like, oh man, I really want to get these songs out, man. I want to see people's reactions. You know? I'm excited. Like it's fun, you know.
Yeah.
It's like putting a puzzle piece together and see how you can do it. You know, because I mean, song like I said, it's all relative. You know, like what you like, someone else may hate, but like my interpretation on something else is different. You know, so that's. And like I said, everything's art, man. From craft beer to like hamburgers, man. It's all art.
All comes right back around, and you're absolutely correct. So now we're looking at you're putting out new music. You're putting out awesome new stuff. You went from putting out demos to now like putting out some full-fledged studio record stuff. Now the next step was to do a video, and you put out King of the Floor, which is fucking heavy. like the imagery that was used in that video and just the heavy. How was the whole product of that, the whole production of that? Because I'm assuming that like you haven't shot a video before for your other bands, and now to like have this real emotional piece is insane.
Well, like for me, it's an emotional piece, but it's like it's an emotional piece like about growing up. Like that entire record, King of the Floor, is about growing up. You know, like taking all these negative things and like coming through the colors. You know, from Well Dressed Man to King of the Floor. Well Dressed Man was the first song I wrote once I moved to San Diego. It was my first like house party. So like that entire song is about me like going through like this process of growing up. And then King of Floor is like me letting go of my past. You know, like growing up. That entire video, that whole thing with the balloon, like it's about me carrying around a ball and chain. It's something I should get rid of. It's no longer there. You know, I keep all these memories that like are obviously great memories, but I'm living in the past. So popping that balloon or growing up, I want to be like it's a very sad record, but I want people to get from the fact that like it's growing up. That is growing up times. It is shitty sometimes. You get hit over and over and over, but you have to get back up. And I want everyone to get that. It is dark at some points in the songs, but I want everyone to get that you do come out alive. You know.
Oh, and you know what? That is important. That like you do end up coming out alive from it.
And like the next record I'm doing, I'm calling it 2 a.m. And that's another like introspective view of things. You know, like last like few years I've been working in what they call the industry. You know, like food and beverage, I guess. And with that being said, I'll go out and like I'll go to other bars or other taverns or other places like that, and I've noticed like this really weird microcosm of things. Like everything kind of changes. Like when that last call bell rings, you notice people are looking around or like they're scrambling to either get their last drink, secure their hookup for the night, find the rest of their party, maybe get a burrito later. They're all trying to figure out life. And I'm writing a record about figuring out life. And I'm going to call it 2 a.m. From that process to like when that last bell rings into like where I am right now. It's all a process, like everything in life is like bigger than you think it is. And
Where do you grab these concepts from? Because like you really seem to have a more in-depth understanding of very, I don't want to say mundane because it's not like a regular like ho hum thing, but like you do end up finding these very in-depth analysis from I guess to say like like ordinary life.
but that's what we have. That's where we live every day. I mean, I grew up. I grew up alone, so like, it's been a lot of in my head thinking. So like, as I grew up, I'm still doing that. Like, I still like, I'm still social, but I'll go out and like, I'm always like kind of looking around and just taking things in. I'm very detailed. I like everything in detail, which is weird, but I don't know. I mean, it's life. I mean, we're all around it. Some people like, I don't know. There's like I said, there's art in everything. You just choose to see it or not.
There is. Yeah. You seem very, as the children say, very woke. And I think that's actually why I may like the music so much. I mean, on a per person level, because like it's very deep, and it's not something that I mean, like, and not to say like your music falls under pop punk, but I like there's some elements that some pop punk kids could resonate with within your your music that you like. You had listed Taking Back Sunday, which and Brand New, and a lot of those bands they're not your typical lyricist. Jesse Lacey's not your normal lyricist, and we'll see other kids in the music scene that are very blunt with their songwriting. They're very their narratives are very cut and dry, like right off the bat. Just like like
Very straightforward.
hey like very straightforward.
I feel
And
I feel that. Blah blah blah. No, I get that, and like I mean, like I said, it's not my place to judge anyone. Like that's your art, so that's how you see it.
of
Then like
course, yeah,
that makes you happy, then go right ahead. For me, like the things I'm into, the things like I have to sit down and like think about, because I'm always thinking. So some of the songs you love the most are the ones like you have to come back and like revisit, and like so I don't want to limit myself to one genre. I love music, so whether it be metal, rap, country, punk, if it's done right, it doesn't matter. We'll speak values. We'll speak through those genres, And I don't think in like genres. That guy is pop punk. Or that guy is metal. Blah, blah, blah. Like, is the music good? Does it speak to me? Bottom line. If not, then cool. Then it's not for me. Someone else will find medication out of that music, but that's not for me. But I'm not gonna judge you for that because it's like, who am I to judge you? It's like judging anyone else in the streets. Like we're all people. We all bleed the same blood. So like, I don't know. But I definitely see where some of you are coming from with that.
hmm
I find myself more into things that like I have to think about. Those are like my things. I like puzzles, I like putting things together, and it's like, and I like how things sometimes is open ended too. Like you may have meant one thing in that song, but someone else can pick up something completely different, and that's so cool how people brains think, and it's like that's the coolest thing about it. Like I could like listen to a record and like get an entire different story from it, but someone else can go, nah, man, I got this. And I've
exactly.
been getting really into like you ever heard of Boys Night Out?
I have not, no.
Oh man, check that band out. A Canadian band. I
Name
kind of
one more time.
Boys Night Out.
Boys Not Out. Oh, they've been
You
around for a
know,
while, I believe, right?
yeah, they were on Ferret Records for a while. They
My friends yell at me about that often,
that
but
band
I'm
to me,
I'm literally putting it on my phone. Go on,
because
sorry.
I mean, they were called Trainwreck, and it's a loose story from the beginning in. And like I feel like it's that genres or whatever you want to call it, rock opera. It's the coolest thing, and for me, like that was kind of like my idea to like make this really cool like loose concept records. Like King of Four is a loose concept.
Hmm.
It's about like like it's essentially about me meeting this chick in the process of all the things I'll go through. And the very last song is about me letting go of all the bullshit between that. Like it's sandwiching everything. I like it kind of hurts me, and then like coming to the other side of that sandwich and then, all right, well I'm done with it now. Like popping that balloon, I'm done. But like that kind of got my idea for like loose concepts. Like telling stories. Like I listened to J. Cole's new record, and that blew my mind. And
Hmm.
like, and for that record I feel like spoke through genres too. Like I feel like when it's done right, it's done right. Like there's people of all creeds who are into that record, and I just think that's the kind of music I want to write. I want to write music where like people are like, oh man, Family Thief. It's kind of like, well, I don't know, man. It's music. I like it. That's my end goal.
Yeah.
Like whether you're into like country rap or rock, you can find something in this record. Like, oh, well, I don't agree with what's going on, or like I don't really understand it, but like I feel it. I feel what's going on, and just like something was done with like there's genuine passion.
And it just oozes from your music, just the general passion, especially when you discuss it. Like zero question, what like how dedicated that you are to your stuff. So. We're gonna give a showcase quickly. Well, not quickly. We'll take as much time as I want because it's my show. So we'll take all the damn time that we need.
Heard.
Um, My Private Hell. I believe that we said that we were going to share it, correct?
Yeah.
So, if you want to give a quick breakdown as to what we're gonna be diving into, and just kind of give a quick intro for those listening, we'll let those give a taste as to who you are real quick.
Okay.
Oh, if you want to describe it, give
Oh,
an
the song.
intro. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. My Private Hell. I picked up a ukulele a couple of years ago, just for like shits and gigs, and I wrote this song about being in, like being stuck in my head, but not able to express how I really feel emotionally. So like the only way I knew how to express myself was in. So it's about being in a situation where I wish I could say how I really feel, but can't. And just going through the motions, and if it's done.
All right. Well, and this was off of
King of
what
Four.
is from the King? Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
King of
So
Four is
this
the
is all.
title track of that record.
All right, and here we go. So it's gonna be My Private Hell off of the King of the Floor EP.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop pretending like I don't know what journalism is, and we're gonna take a listen to the song. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Universe has a funny way of breaking me down from the corners of the bed. You can make it out, seeing fan cats and screams. There'll be cuts and pieces. I'll make my crown, 'cause nothing is sacred, nothing is holy, no one is special, we're all just lonely. And I'll build you up to tear you down, and I'll break your heart to keep you around. There's no room at all for you and me. My private house, my private house, where I'm in control. It only hurts this much, 'cause I say so. I swear I'm in control. It only hurts this much, 'cause I say so. I swear I'm in control. It only hurts this much, 'cause I say so. And I'll build you up to tear you down, and I'll break your heart to keep you around. There's no room at all for you and me. My private hell, my private hell. And I'll build you up to tear you down, and I'll break your heart to keep you around. There's no room at all for you and me. My private house, my private house.
Nope, 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 stop, chill, 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 chill. Stop playing music. All right, yeah, guys, yep, nope, sorry, you can't listen to Roses because you got to do that on your own time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you like what you hear? I suggest you go over and go find the music. So, Malcolm, where are they going to be able to find that music?
iTunes, Spotify, Twitter. I'm literally on every social network there is. I'm a whore. Tumblr. I'm literally everywhere. You can type in Family Thief, and I'll be the first thing that comes up. Yeah,
That's fantastic.
iTunes.
I mean, it's good so that people can just like find you everywhere. Yeah, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. What about your social media? Where would they be able to find you on social media?
Facebook, I'm a Family Thief. Instagram, I'm a Family Thief. Which is kind of weird, but my name, man, it's very unique, I guess. So like, there's not a huge market for Family Thief as a domain. So my name is everywhere just because it's very simple and obscure. It's like literally Twitter, Family Thief, Tumblr, Family Thief, Instagram, Family Thief. Which is kind of easy for me.
I was wondering as to where the origin kick came from. I got out of the kick of asking bands like, oh, what's your band name? Because apparently like it's stigmatized within the journalistic scene, and I kind of have to pretend like I'm a journalist. But just as a takeoff of like who you are and the complexity of your music and how deep that it goes. When you had described that, when you go to shows, you make it a point to talk to the different individuals that show up to the show, so that because you're from such a small family, you include others to now become a part of your family, and you steal them, and now you're a family thief. If that doesn't speak volumes, like just within your name, within just like a simple kind of concept, I don't know what does. And I am so extremely happy to be listening to your music on a regular basis. I'm very happy to hear that you're going to pursue your music on a regular basis, and I'm happy that people are starting to pay attention to your music on a regular basis. It's incredible.
You're the man. Thank you. I'm humbled. I don't know how to explain myself. I never thought anyone would give a crap about what I'm doing ever. So even having the fact you kept this interview conversation right now is kind of dope for me, because literally I'm just a guy from a small town who played open mics for like a few months, then thought, hey, why not play some open mics other places? So the fact that people even care about what I'm doing, it's like really awesome, you know, like it's a plus, you know. I'd do this regardless. So the fact that people care, it's like it's an added bonus, you know.
Absolutely. Well, when can we expect some new stuff coming our way from Family Thief?
I have a video called Simple Math on YouTube right now, and it's literally one of the songs for the next record. I just kind of finding time for it, really. I mean, I work a full-time job, so like it's like juggling act. You know, I got to juggle the fact like I need real money to pay for things, and I have to. It's coming soon. At the end of the month of next month, I've already started tracking demos already. I've had most of the idea of the record down already. Um, I'm hoping early fall, early fall.
Nice. And that's a good timeline.
Like I said,
Me not like I know I'm not a
I
musician.
have 4 songs that I'm sitting on, and I've played them for. I played a show last month actually, well this month at Hotel Cafe, and I played a bunch of new songs for the first time to kind of try them out. And for me, once I
Mhm.
start playing the songs and like for the public, they are ready to be recorded at that point. So I got 4 songs that I'm ready to release for the world, and it's gonna be. I'm a little worried because I'm gonna do some things I haven't done before in the sense of like uh, I'm doing more groovy things. So it's still gonna be really
Mhm.
dark and moody, but like a really nice like rhythmic groove to it, you know. So and that's from the fact of me be going to bars for so much the last couple of years, and that's why I'm calling the record 2 a.m. And I'm trying to still some a lot of that essence from that life embedded into this story. So
Mhm.
thank God I didn't go to I don't know techno bars for the last 2 years. Kind of weird techno.
I mean, I guess so. I mean that you are right there. You are right there. You are what you surround yourself. So
Yeah.
it's either that or the honky tonks. But I'm pretty sure that you've found yourselves in a good genre to include a good amount of influences on your music. Want to get some shout outs? I'm now
Oh, yeah.
including that on the shout get some shout outs?
Yes, I want to thank my mother. I love you. I want to thank Ballast Point for giving me a job and letting me live in Simple. Tac 12, K to the Bees, Xavier, Forever Came Calling. I thank God for all this. This is awesome. I can't be any more happier, honestly.
Well, sick. I am glad that you're happy. I am very happy. When there is Family Thief news, please let me know. Only because I kind of want to be selfish and like kind of get like the first taste for anybody else because now I run a music site so I can ask that sometimes. But also so that like you will always have an outlet with us in case you need to have any news broken out.
Man,
We got you.
thank you, brother. I'll send you all the leak tracks before we're actually out in the streets.
Oh, man, sometimes it's good to be the boss. But yeah, so that's really awesome, and I really do hope all the best for you. But that's Babetalk for tonight. Stick around and well, don't stick around. Sorry, don't do that. Go home. Show's pretty much over. On Thursday we will have another band come on the show, and they're an awesome group of people. It's gonna be a group of people. I'm gonna pull up my calendar right now because every time I go and do this read, and they're having it in front of me, and it's Well Wish. So they're going to be coming on the show on Thursday. Terminus is also a site in which I talked about before. Um, Go ahead, check them out. They're awesome people. They ship out stuff to you for your merch, and the merch people are good. Unlike my grammar. But awesome designs, awesome people, awesome way to handle your merchandise. TerminusTees.com. Oh, Coke Media is a bunch of awesome people that do a lot of good video stuff. Blue Light Studio. No, Blue Light Sound. Blue Light did. Wow.
You got this. You got this.
Blue Light Digital Sound
Yeah.
in South Jersey. A bunch of awesome kids that used to be in bands from the Hamilton scene that now record music. Go check them out. I'm pretty sure I plugged everyone that I needed to. Malcolm, it's been one hell of an evening. I am so glad that I've spoken with you.
Thank you, sir. Hamburger,
Um,
craft beer, love, chicken grease, all that shit.
all that shit, yeah. Oh, what was it? Sex music. Ah, damn,
Sex
I can't
music,
remember.
sex, music, art, money.
Art, sex, money, and yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that was only an hour ago and I can't remember it. I'm going to go to bed, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you on Thursday.